Hello, my lovely lens mates, and welcome. Find a comfortable spot, maybe lie down, get settled in, and let's just get lost in a story together. Tonight is all about incredible wealth, a pre-written betrayal, and the ultimate revenge plot.
It's a fantasy so many of us have, right? To just slip between the pages and live in another world for a while. But what if that fantasy actually came true? And what if the story you fell into wasn't some cozy fairy tale, but a high-stakes drama set in the world of the super rich, where every smile hides a secret and every deal is a power play?
You know, there's a reason we're so captivated by stories about the ultra-wealthy. We can't get enough for the glamour, the power, the feeling that anything is possible. But what really, truly hooks us is the hint of a dark side. The secrets and betrayals that are always simmering just beneath that perfect, polished surface. But what happens when you're no longer just watching from your couch? What if you woke up one morning, not in your own bed, but in some massive mansion, with silk sheets, with a new name, a new life, and a starring role in all that drama? Well, that is exactly what happens to our heroines.
This idea has a name. It's a whole genre called book transmigration. And here's the kind of cruel twist of it all. You almost never get to be the main hero. Nope. You usually wake up as a minor character, a pawn in someone else's big game. And you're often written to have a very short, very unhappy ending. And that's where our story kicks off, with two best friends, Zhao Lin Shi and Lin Nania. They go to sleep one night as totally normal women and wake up as the wives of two of the most powerful, ruthless, and incredibly rich twin brothers in the city. They've basically just been cast in the roles of a lifetime, whether they want them or not.
Here's the problem, though. In the original novel they fell into, their characters were written for one reason and one reason only: to fail. Miserably. They weren't meant to be the heroes of the story. They were the warning signs, the stepping stones for someone else's victory.
In the world of writing, there's a term for characters like this. They're called cannon fodder. Their whole purpose is to be defeated, to make the real heroes look even stronger and smarter. Their failure isn't just a possibility, it's a plot requirement. By their very definition, they're disposable.
So what was their big pre-written crime going to be? Well, in the original story, they were both destined to be caught trying to secretly move money out of the family. One was trying to help her struggling parents, the other an ex-boyfriend. Maybe a desperate act of loyalty, But in this world, it was a death sentence. The plot absolutely demanded their complete and total ruin.
Their downfall was basically a 4-act play, all planned out. Step 1, make the big mistake and get caught. Step 2, get thrown out of the family in utter disgrace. Step 3, watch in horror as your powerful husbands just systematically destroy everything and everyone you care about. And finally, step 4, the end. You just disappear. Your part in the story is done.
So let me ask you, lensmates, if you woke up inside a story that was literally designed to break you, would you just play by the rules? Or would you tear that script to pieces and start writing your own ending? What would you do?
Well, our two best friends are definitely not about to go down without a fight. They're not just going to flip the script. Oh no, they are going to set it on fire. And this right here is where their story really begins. This is where the revenge gets smart.
Their rebellion doesn't start with a big explosion, but with a quiet little thought. A simple but totally revolutionary shift in how they see their situation. It's that moment they stop seeing themselves as victims and start seeing themselves as players in a game they can actually win.
And here's their big realization. If the story is going to kick them out no matter what they do, then their only real power is in controlling their own exit. So they decide to leave first. They're going to walk right out of that gilded cage before it slams shut and becomes their tomb.
So they come up with this brilliant plan. It's a heist for sure, but they're not after money or diamonds. They're after something way more valuable: their own lives. They know rule number 1 is don't touch the family money. That's the trap. So they have to get creative. One of them starts writing a novel. Talk about using your insider knowledge.
The other becomes a voiceover artist, using her own voice as her secret weapon. Their deadline? Earn enough money to get out and disappear before that original horrible ending can catch up with them.
And this is where the story becomes so much more than just a revenge plot. It's really profound. It makes us ask a really important question. In a world that's obsessed with money and power, what does winning even mean?
I mean, think about it. Every show or book you've ever seen about a rich family, what are they all fighting over? The inheritance, right? The company, the fortune, the power. But our two friends, they're not even playing that game.
And that's the genius of it. The novel's prize was the whole kingdom, but their prize was independence. The original story was about the family fortune, but their story became about the strength of their friendship. The characters in the book were fighting for the keys to the company, but these two, they were fighting for the power to write their own ending.
And by doing that, they achieve the ultimate transformation. They go from being these disposable side characters, just cannon fodder for someone else's story, to being the absolute, undeniable heroes of their own. It's such a powerful reminder that we all have that ability, you know? The ability to change our own narrative.
It's a really beautiful and powerful idea when you think about it, that the greatest wealth we could ever have isn't what's in our bank account, it's the control we have over our own story. The freedom to choose our own path and define success for ourselves.
So, as you drift off tonight, I'll just leave you with this thought to ponder. Lensmates, if you had the power to rewrite your own story, what would you change? What would your happily ever after really look like? And what's stopping you from picking up the pen and starting right now? Sleep well.